What's up everybody, the Brick Studs here, back again with another LEGO review video here for you today. Now, as you might have noticed, this is going to be a little bit different since Jesse and Javier aren't here to conduct the LEGO review. Instead, this is going to be a LEGO set that I will be reviewing by myself, which is not something I get to do very often. So in this special video, we are going to be kicking off our LEGO Speed Champions review series. So every single Wednesday, we're going to be releasing a new LEGO Speed Champions LEGO, but we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. So with all that said, let's just jump right into the LEGO. In front of me, I have LEGO Speed Champions set 76907, and I just completely read that upside down. This has 247 pieces, and it is the LEGO Lotus Evija. Now, this is a electric supercar, I believe. It's supposed to be based off of an electric supercar. This is kind of, I mean, just like every other LEGO Speed Champion set, they try to stay very close to the original car. There's a lot of stickers on this, unfortunately, which, as you guys all probably know, that we do not like stickers. But I guess there's really not a whole lot to talk about on this LEGO set, other than there's just a picture of the actual Lotus on the back of the box. So I guess with that said, let's just jump right into building the set. So unfortunately, this guy does have thumb tabs, which we don't like thumb tabs either. We like to cut our boxes. So let me see if I can find a knife. All right, we got ourselves a knife, which actually matches the color of the Lotus in itself, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna go ahead and try and see if we can cut this open without tearing the tabs. Oh no, I just ripped the top of it. And it makes it harder because a lot of times these thumb tabs don't break with the box. Alrighty, now with all the box stuff everywhere in my sadly completely destroyed box, we're gonna go ahead and start building this in just a second. There's the dreaded stickers right here. So I've run into a little conundrum here. The piece that I need is not in here. So this is gonna take a little longer than I thought. But not to worry, I went into our trusty LEGO bin and I found a spare one. So we can continue building now. Yay! So I'm pretty sure this is like a Lego snowboard or something like that. So this guy could actually just be a snowboarder. And here we have it, the Lotus Evija, fully built and ready to be played with. Now, when I was building this car, I did mess up at some point. Oh, the bumper just fell off. When I was building it, I messed up in the rear, so I did have to disassemble it like halfway through building it and basically put it back together because I missed one little step, and that one little step was enough to kind of ruin the entire flow of building the car. And then there was a piece that was supposed to be missing, which was this piece right here. See this guy? I found it after I replaced it, so I just put the one that originally came with the set on there, and then I just threw this one to the side. So here it is, completely built and, like I said, ready to be played with. But before we talk about the car, let's talk about the minifig. So here we have the yellow toned minifigure, which I believe all the Speed Champion sets actually have all the minifigures as yellow toned rather than flesh toned. But here we have him. He's wearing a green jumpsuit with the Lotus logo really big on the front, which I think is a little bit bigger than what a jumpsuit would normally have, but it's pretty big, and it's got these little lines on it that kind of are supposed to, I'm not sure if it's mimicking reflective material or if it is actually like a reflective paint, but when you shine it in the light, it does kind of get a little brighter, and this material is on the front and the back. And the back side has a pretty detailed the back has a very detailed exterior. I don't know what I'm trying to say there. And then on the back, he's kind of got like these little black pads, which I think they're supposed to be. I think they're supposed to be like pads for when you're sitting down, or it might be like the active cooling system that I've seen some race car drivers use. It's like it hooks up to water somehow inside their vehicle and it actively cools them. That's what it might be. Not entirely sure. And then it's got like a little white collar on the back. And then on the top of his head, we have a brown, longer kind of hairstyle. Now this would be like a headpiece that you would use if the person had a double-sided face. That way you could hide the second face, but unfortunately he does not have a double-sided face. And then of course he has his black racing helmet that you put on his head, and then you can put him inside the car. And he has a wrench, which I think almost every single Speed Champions comes with a wrench. I'm not entirely sure. I know we have a lot of these just from the Speed Champion sets, but I'm not sure if all of them come with one. So now moving on to the vehicle itself. Before I talk about it, I'm gonna put the minifigure inside, and he is ready to race, because that is how the Lego world works. They can't get into vehicles themselves. They have to have a pair of ginormous hands come up and rip the roof off and then put them inside, and then they can go off and do their own thing. So starting off on the vehicle, I want to talk about the biggest problem with it. The stickers. As you guys are fully aware, we are not huge fans of stickers. Now, all the stickers on this vehicle were the stripes that are on the hood. So there's a big yellow stripe with green paint matched edges on the sticker, and then there's two, I think they're intake vents for the front hood, and then on the back we have these two different stickers. One is for like a black plate, one is for the green plate. You're supposed to match them up pretty well, and then there's another set of stickers to line them up. And then on the back you have the two exhausts, the quad exhausts I should say, those were stickers, and then the Lotus logo on the rear. Now, I don't like stickers because the stickers, oh, and I forgot to mention on the sides, the side skirts were also stickers. But they're very difficult to line up. Even if you line up the sticker very, very well, the way the stickers are printed, they're not always printed evenly, so they don't match evenly. And if you line up the detail with, like, let's say on the front here, if I were to line this up with the yellow bricks that are behind it, the sticker in itself would not line up with the piece that it's attached to. So that's a little disappointing with stickers, but I will say the plus that this Lego had was the headlights were not stickers. These were painted on pieces, and that in itself just made the building experience a whole lot better. I was super excited for that. And the glass on the top was not stickers, that's painted as well. And then the glass in the rear was also painted for the most part. So that was really, really nice. So then on the rear, we have a lot of taillights. I believe not all of these are taillights. I need to look at and see what exactly the taillights are on this car and then what's like reflectors, unless this is all taillight, which if that's the case, that's a lot of taillights. But there are a lot of taillights in the rear, and then we kind of use this like little snowboard piece. It seriously looks like a snowboard. That is the rear wing on the back, the little rear spoiler, which is a really nice detail. You can't move it or anything like that, but I don't think it's adjustable on the actual car in itself. And then, as I said before, we have the Lotus logo on the back, and it's kind of on this weird piece that's upside down. You had to put it on a certain way, but it's a really ingenious idea, and I believe that's actually representative of what it's like on the actual car. And then I forgot to talk about the paint. The paint is like this really nice green color, and then obviously we have the yellow striping on it, which green and yellow is always a really good color to have. I would say a really good color that I like is green. I've really enjoyed green. My first car was green, which is really weird because my color is supposed to be yellow, but I like green more. And then, as I mentioned before, with the rear glass, this is painted. This can be adjusted up and down. What it opens up to, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a motor. I think it's like a motor, and it's supposed to like represent a radiator or something like that. Oh, wait a minute. This is an electric supercar. It doesn't have a motor. Okay. Well, I'm an idiot. But I think if you were to do like the Ferrari, this would have the motor in the rear of it. And then on the sides, you do have like the intakes. I believe these are like intakes, or they're supposed to be not intakes for the motor, but they're like something to do with drag, and they're supposed to help keep the car gripped onto the ground. I don't remember exactly what those do or what they're called. And then on the front, it's just very basic. It's just got a very open front. I'm assuming that's for air, you know, to help maybe cool the batteries or whatnot. I'm not entirely sure how the chemistry of this car works or anything like that. So next we have the wheels. Now, as everybody knows with the Speed Champion sets, and if you didn't know, you're very far behind, but the Speed Champion sets allow you to choose the rim style, so you can choose it between this nice multi-spoke wheel, or you can choose between this 5-spoke wheel. Now, for the most part, I like the 5 spokes more, but I think on this Lotus, I think the multi-spoke kind of fits on there just a little bit more. And then on the interior, it's pretty basic for the most part. As we can see right here, there is a sticker centered console, which that was kind of a pain to get on, but once I adjusted it correctly, it was totally fine. We got the steering wheel on the left side, and then we have the passenger side on the right. There is just a small slanted piece to kind of mimic the dashboard. Racing cars don't really have like a full interior with a nice dash, so it tends to be pretty basic, which I'm pretty sure the actual car in itself is pretty basic outside of a bunch of gauges and switches. So I think there's not really a whole lot to say inside here other than it fits 2 minifigures pretty well, and I just broke the spoiler. Let's see if I can put another minifigure in here. This is the Ford GT driver, and we're gonna put him on the passenger side. And now there are 2 people inside this car. You really have to just push him in there, but he fits in there totally fine. But I think this is everything that I've talked about with the Lotus Evija Speed Champion set. Overall, I think this car is really cool. I really want to put this on a shelf and have this like near my gaming setup or whatnot. I don't really want it just kind of sitting in the back, kind of obscured on the shelf. I really want this to kind of be more prominent, especially because I like the color green a lot, and then the fact that it's got yellow. It's just green and yellow is a really cool color combination. So, but before I go, and yes, there is one more but. There was something I mentioned at the beginning part of this video, something related to the Speed Champion series and releasing videos multiple times a week, which actually I don't think I mentioned that at the very beginning of the video. So what we want to do is we want to release multiple videos in a week. So we want to try and strive for 2. We want to try and strive for a smaller Lego sets, such as a Lego Speed Champions on the Wednesdays, and then on the Saturdays, reserve them for the much bigger sets. That way we're pushing out more content for you guys to enjoy, and we're kind of keeping with a stricter schedule and something that's just easier for us to keep track of. And then we don't have a video that's completely dedicated to something like Ahsoka's throne room, which that was a very embarrassing review. So with the Speed Champion sets, we want to release a new Speed Champions video every single Wednesday until we've run out of Speed Champions, which I think there's only 3 or 4 of them that we need to review. After that, we will pick another series or maybe just find another Lego that's kind of smaller that we can do a review on for every single week. But we want to try and keep to that schedule just because it, like I said, we can produce more content. There's more stuff for you guys to enjoy and it makes it easier for us. Now, with this Speed Champion set kicking off our Speed Champions series, we want to know which Speed Champions set you guys want to see next in our next review. So, we have set 76906, which is the Lego Speed Champions Ferrari. This is brand new. Lego 76910, which is the Lego Aston Martins. Or 76909, which is the Lego Speed Champions Mercedes series. You guys get to pick which Lego set that we unbox and review for this series. And then we will be finishing off this series with this guy, which I totally forgot the number for this. While this isn't technically a Lego Speed Champion set, this is something that I really want to tear into and build. And I think that with the Speed Champion sets being cars, I think this would be a good finale for the Lego Speed Champions series. But even though, like I said, it's a Lego Technic, not a Speed Champions, but you guys get the idea. With that being said, if you guys have any questions for us, anything with our confusing schedules or anything like that, be sure to comment down below, or if you just want to say something nice, be sure to leave us a comment. If you like this video, give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this beautiful Lego right here, this one right here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tell your friends. We also have a very important announcement and surprise coming up that I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy, since a lot of you guys are very, very internet intuitive, I think is the term I'm looking for, are very internet-esque people, and you're very good with a lot of communities. We think you guys will like this next surprise, so be sure to stay tuned for that. With all of that said, as I've said that probably 6 times now, I can finally conclude this video. We hope you guys enjoyed. We hope to see you all in the next one.